It started with whispers, low enough to pass as harmless gossip, but sharp enough to slice through the calm before the storm. Season 13 of Love and Hip Hop. Atlanta was already delivering chaos. But nothing could prepare fans for the bombshell that just detonated in the ATL streets. Erica Dixon, yes, that Erica is now at the center of an explosive scandal that has the entire cast reeling. Allegedly, she's been pulling strings behind the scenes, orchestrating a plan so shocking that even the producers didn't see it coming. Sources close to the situation claim Erica has been pressuring Ashley, her own family by choice, into undergoing a life-changing cosmetic surgery, without telling Zayn a single word. And here's the kicker. This wasn't just about looks. The surgery, according to insiders, is part of a deeper scheme. One that Erica has been quietly plotting for months. Cameras caught subtle hints, tense glances at family dinners, suspicious phone calls taken in hushed tones, and Ashley's sudden disappearances for appointments she wouldn't talk about. Meanwhile, Zayn, blissfully unaware, has been telling interviewers he's never been happier with the state of his family. But behind the smiles, fans are now wondering, has Erica been hiding the truth not just from Zayn, but from everyone? The streets are talking, social media is on fire, and the fanbase is split right down the middle. Some are defending Erica, calling her a protective big sister figure, looking out for Ashley's best interests. Others are accusing her of manipulation, claiming she crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. The tension has reached boiling point, with rumors of a massive confrontation brewing on set that could shatter relationships forever. And here's the twist. Leaked text messages, allegedly between Erica and an unnamed surgeon, suggest this plan wasn't just secret, it was strategic. What's her real motive? Is Ashley going under the knife willingly, or is she being pushed into something she doesn't want? And when Zayn finally finds out, will this family ever recover from the fallout? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear isn't just drama. It's love and hip-hop history in the making. The first cracks in the facade showed up at what was supposed to be a casual brunch. Just the girls, no cameras, no drama. But in the world of LHHATL, that's like leaving a match in a room full of gasoline. Erica arrived looking every bit the queen bee, sunglasses on indoors, her phone never more than an inch from her manicured hands. Ashley, on the other hand, was a different story. She looked tense. Her usual bubbly energy was replaced with distracted smiles, eyes darting down every time Erica's voice sharpened mid-conversation. The other women at the table noticed, too, a lingering awkwardness that clung to the air like humidity before a thunderstorm. Sierra leaned over at one point and whispered to Spice, "Something's up with Ashley. And it's got Erica's name written all over it." Neither of them knew how right they were. Later that day, Ashley was spotted leaving a sleek, glass-fronted medical building in Buckhead, the kind where the receptionist greets you with a whisper and the lobby smells like lavender and money. No cameras followed her, but a fan with a sharp eye and even sharper camera skills snapped a few shots. The images quickly made their way to a gossip blog, captioned, "Ashley Dixon, new glam project in the works." Erica didn't comment publicly, but behind the scenes, the picture-perfect brunch had detonated into whispers among castmates. According to one crew member, Erica had been in constant contact with a high-profile cosmetic surgeon for weeks. "She's been planning this for a while," the source claimed. And Ashley didn't have a choice. Erica made her feel like if she didn't do this, she'd be letting the family down. That sentiment wasn't hard to believe, given Eric's reputation for controlling the narrative. The woman didn't just play the game, she wrote the rulebook. At the next group taping, the tension was palpable. Zayn walked in all smiles, kissing Ashley's forehead and thanking Erica for always looking out for them. The irony of his words made a couple of producers glance at each other knowingly. Ashley barely touched her food, and Erica kept steering the conversation away from anything too personal. But when Spice, never one to bite her tongue, casually asked Ashley about the Buckhead beauty clinic photos, the entire table froze. Ashley's eyes widened, darting to Erica, as if silently begging her to take over. And she did, with a smooth laugh and a dismissive wave. "Y'all need to stop believing these blogs. Ashley just went for a consultation for skin treatments, nothing major." It might have worked if Ashley had nodded in agreement, but she didn't. Instead, she stared down at her plate, gripping her fork so tightly her knuckles whitened. It was a moment that fans later replayed over and over online, noting the nervous body language, the forced deflection. "She's hiding something," one fan commented, "and Erica is pulling the strings." By midweek, the speculation had grown legs. An anonymous DM sent to a popular T page claimed that Ashley's consultation was actually the final pre-op meeting for a body contouring procedure, booked and paid for by Erica without Zayn's knowledge. The supposed reason? To upgrade Ashley's brand before a new business venture the two women were planning together. Whether Ashley truly wanted it or not was still up for debate, but the DM hinted at heated arguments behind closed doors. And then came the first on-camera crack. During a fitting for an upcoming event, Ashley muttered something about not feeling ready, prompting Erica to snap. "We've talked about this 100 times. You'll thank me later." The mic picked it up, clear as day, and you could almost hear the producers salivating in the control room. Ashley looked like she wanted to say more, but one glance at Erica's hard expression shut her up. What no one knew at the time was that Zayn had been kept completely in the dark. Every appointment, every call, every text with the surgeon had been carefully hidden from him. Erica even went as far as scheduling family errands during times she knew Zayn would be out of the house or at work. The secrecy was airtight, until one careless slip threatened to blow it wide open. It happened when Ashley accidentally left her phone unlocked on the kitchen counter. Zayn, looking for the Uber app, stumbled across a string of messages from someone saved as ED, complete with emojis of scalpels and sparkle hearts. The last text read, "Friday is confirmed. Don't stress, I'll handle Z." Zayn froze. He didn't confront her immediately, but the seed of suspicion was planted. Meanwhile, Erica was in full damage control mode, unaware that the walls were closing in. She called Ashley late that night, her voice low and urgent. "We're too close to back out now. This is about the bigger picture. You want that life, right? Then you trust me." Ashley hesitated before whispering, I don't want to lose him over this." Erica's reply was swift, almost impatient. "You won't. He doesn't need to know until it's done." And that was the moment Ashley realized she was already too deep to walk away. Zayn didn't sleep much that night. He kept replaying the messages in his mind, dissecting every word, every emoji, every possible meaning. "Friday is confirmed. Don't stress. I'll handle Z." That wasn't just some casual text, it was a plan. A plan where he was clearly the one being handled. By morning, the unease had hardened into something sharper. He wasn't ready to accuse Ashley without proof, but he knew he needed to watch and listen. The next day, Zayn was unusually quiet at breakfast. Ashley noticed, of course, but she was already on edge herself. Erica had sent her a checklist of things to do before the procedure. Things like avoid salty foods and pick your post-op outfits. Ashley scrolled through it quickly, then locked her phone, trying to act normal. Zayn glanced at her over his coffee cup, studying her face like he was reading a language she didn't know he understood. By early afternoon, Erica pulled up in her matte black SUV, horn tapping twice, her signature. Ashley grabbed her bag, muttering something about running errands. Zayn kissed her cheek but lingered at the door, watching as she slid into the passenger seat. Erica didn't even glance toward the house. Inside the SUV, Erica was all business. "We've got 2 more consultations today, back to back. Don't flinch when they take the before pictures." Ashley sighed, staring out the window. "Still don't know if I'm ready?" Erica's tone softened, but only slightly. "You are ready. You just don't realize it yet. This is an investment in you, in us, in the brand we're building. Trust me, when people see you at the launch party, no one will even remember the old Ashley." What they didn't know was that Zayn had already made a call to his friend Rashad, who did freelance work for a local gossip blog. Rashad had connections, and within an hour, he texted Zayn a link, a grainy, zoomed-in shot of Ashley and Erica walking into the same Buckhead clinic from last week, timestamped yesterday. Zayn's stomach twisted. Whatever was going on wasn't a one-time skin treatment. Meanwhile, the tension between Ashley and Erica was building. At the second consultation, Ashley hesitated when signing the consent forms, her hand hovering over the line. Erica leaned in, voice low but firm. "Do not make me look stupid in front of these people. Sign it." Ashley obeyed, her name coming out in shaky letters. The surgeon smiled politely, explaining the minor recovery time, which didn't sound minor at all. "Swelling for 2 weeks, bruising for up to a month, and you'll need to avoid strenuous activity for at least 6 weeks. Ashley nodded, but her mind was somewhere else on Zayn's reaction if he found out. Later that evening, back at the Dixon family barbecue, the air was thick with unspoken tension. Zayn kept one arm around Ashley but asked pointed questions in front of everyone. So, babe, what kind of errands did you run today? Ashley froze for a second before saying, just shopping. Erica jumped in smoothly. We were scouting outfits for the party next month. Don't get jealous. The room laughed, but Zayn's eyes didn't. He was piecing the puzzle together, and he didn't like what the picture was starting to look like. Things took a sharp turn when Sierra, clearly tipsy, blurted out, "Girl, you gonna be snatched by Friday?" The table erupted in laughter, except for Zayn, who went completely still. What happens Friday? He asked, voice low. Sierra's eyes widened as Erica shot her a look sharp enough to slice glass. Nothing, Erica said quickly. She's just talking nonsense. But the damage was done. Zayn didn't press further, not there, not with the whole family, watching. Instead, he excused himself, walking out to the porch to breathe. Inside, Ashley's hands shook as she set down her drink. Erica leaned over, whispering so only she could hear, "Do not let him derail this. We are too close." By the time they left the barbecue, Ashley felt like she was caught between two storms. In the car ride home, Zayn was silent, his jaw tight. Ashley tried to start small talk, but he cut her off with a simple, "We'll talk later." That later felt like an execution date hanging over her head. The next morning, Zayn left early, telling Ashley he had errands, but, in reality, he drove straight to the Buckhead clinic. Posing as a potential client, he asked a few questions, casually dropping Ashley's name. The receptionist's polite smile faltered for a fraction of a second, confirming more than words ever could. "I'm sorry, I can't share client information," she said, but the damage was already done. Zayn walked out with a knot in his stomach and a growing rage in his chest. That night, Erica called Ashley with final instructions for Friday. Zayn listened from the hallway, every word sharpening his anger. He knew now this wasn't just some makeover. This was a betrayal. And Friday was coming fast. Friday morning didn't feel like any other day. It felt like a countdown clock had been ticking all week. And now the buzzer was seconds away from going off. Ashley barely touched her breakfast. Erica had texted her at 6 a.m. "Be ready. Car. We'll be there at 9. Wear something easy to change out of." Ashley read the message 3 times before setting her phone down, her stomach churning. In the bedroom, Zayn was unusually calm, moving around with a quiet, deliberate energy that made Ashley's skin prickle. He kissed her forehead, like always, but there was a coolness in the touch that told her he was no longer guessing. He knew. At exactly 9, Erica's SUV pulled up. Ashley grabbed her tote, took a deep breath, and walked out. Zayn watched from the window, his jaw clenched, phone in his hand. The moment the SUV disappeared, he grabbed his keys and followed at a distance. He wasn't going to wait for later anymore. He was going to see this with his own eyes. Inside the SUV, Erica was all fire and focus. "Today's the big day, baby. By tonight, you'll be a whole new Ashley. People won't even know what hit M at that launch party." Ashley gave a weak smile but stayed quiet, the weight of Zayn's eventual reaction pressing harder than the seatbelt across her chest. They arrived at the Buckhead clinic, slipping in through a private side entrance. The staff was all smiles, handing Ashley a clipboard of final forms. She hesitated again. Erica's hand landed on hers, nails digging just enough to sting. "We are not backing out. You'll thank me when those cameras see you next month." Ashley signed. Meanwhile, Zayn was parked across the street, heart pounding as he watched them disappear inside. He waited 10 minutes, then walked straight into the main entrance. The receptionist started her standard greeting, but Zayn cut her off. "I need to speak to Ashley Dixon." Now the woman's professional smile faltered. "Sir, we can't. Don't play with me," Zayn snapped, his voice low but dangerous. "Tell her I'm here." Back in pre-op, Ashley was changing into the gown when a nurse slipped in, whispering something to Erica. Erica's eyes narrowed. "No. Tell him she's not available. Tell him it's a mistake." But before the nurse could move, Zayn's voice echoed down the hallway. "Ashley." Ashley froze. Erica muttered under her breath, "You've got to be kidding me." Moments later, Zayn was in the doorway, eyes blazing. "So this is what you've been hiding from me? Surgery. And you," he turned to Erica, "you thought you could just decide this for her?" Erica didn't flinch. "You're overreacting. This is her choice." Ashley's voice cracked. "It's not that simple, Zayn." He took a step closer. "Not that simple. You've been lying to me for weeks. Letting her control you like some project." The tension was nuclear. A nurse tried to step in, reminding them this was a sterile environment, but neither moved. Erica crossed her arms. You think you know what's best for her. You've been holding her back. I'm helping her level up. Ashley's eyes darted between them, her voice trembling. I didn't want to disappoint either of you. Zayn shook his head, his voice heavy with disbelief. Disappoint me? By being you? Ashley, you don't need this. You never did. Erica scoffed. Spare me the Hallmark speech. She's doing this, and when it's done, she'll thank me for it. Zayn's reply was instant. No, she's walking out of here with me. For a moment, it was a standoff. 3 people, 3 different visions of what Ashley's life should be. The surgical staff shifted uncomfortably, clearly unused to this level of drama in their pristine clinic. Finally, Ashley spoke, tears in her eyes. I need time to think. Erica's jaw tightened. You don't have time. The doctor's ready. Zayn stepped closer to Ashley, his voice softening. Yes, you do. And if you walk in that room right now, just to make her happy, you'll regret it every time you look in the mirror. The silence stretched until Ashley took a step toward Zayn. That single movement was enough to ignite Erica's fury. You're making the biggest mistake of your life, she hissed. Zayn shot back. No, the mistake would be letting you play God with her body. Ashley grabbed her clothes, hands still shaking, and walked out with Zayn. Erica stayed behind, her face a mask of barely contained rage. She didn't follow them, not yet. But as Zayn guided Ashley toward the exit, she called after them, her voice echoing down the hall. This isn't over. You'll see. What no one realized in that moment was that Erica's definition of not over meant war, and she had no intention of losing. By the time Ashley and Zayn reached the parking lot, cameras from 2 different gossip blogs were already snapping away. Someone inside the clinic had tipped them off, and now the flashbulbs were popping like fireworks. Ashley ducked behind Zayn, shielding her face, while Zayn barked at one photographer. Get that camera out of her face. But the photos were already taken, and by the time they got home, they'd be all over Instagram. Inside the SUV, Zayn drove in tense silence. Ashley kept glancing at him, searching for words that didn't exist. Finally, she whispered, I'm sorry. Zayn's grip tightened on the wheel. You should be apologizing to yourself, not me. She had you convinced you needed to be somebody else to be enough. Ashley's voice cracked. She said it was for the brand. For us. Zayn looked at her, eyes fierce. No, it was for her brand. You were just the billboard. Back at her condo, Ashley curled up on the couch, exhausted. Zayn sat beside her, his hand on her knee, but his mind was racing. Meanwhile, across town, Erica was pacing in her kitchen, phone in hand, already strategizing her next move. She wasn't the type to let a plan unravel without a counterattack. By 6 p.m., the first gossip blog had posted the photos. Drama at Buckhead Clinic, Ashley Dixon storms out with Zayn after heated confrontation. The captions were merciless. Fans flooded the comments, some siding with Ashley for walking away, others praising Zayn for saving her. But a loud faction defended Erica, calling her a visionary who was just trying to help. Erica saw the posts and smirked. She knew exactly how to spin this. Within an hour, she went live on Instagram. Sitting in perfect lighting, lashes on point. She started with, let me just clear the air, because y'all are getting the wrong story. Her tone was calm, almost maternal, but every sentence was a subtle dig at Zayn. Some people can't handle seeing a woman upgrade herself. Some men would rather you stay the same so they feel secure. But I don't believe in playing small. Comments flew in by the hundreds. Preach. Zayn's insecure. Team Erica all day. But mixed in were just as many calling her manipulative and controlling. Zayn didn't respond publicly at first, but when a fan tagged him in a clip of Erica's live, calling him toxic, he finally broke his silence. On his own live stream, he looked straight into the camera and said, wanting the person you love to be happy in their own skin isn't insecurity. Forcing them to change so they fit your vision, that's control, and I don't play with control. The comments section exploded. Ashley, caught in the middle, was getting DMs from every direction, producers, fans, even distant relatives she hadn't spoken to in years. Everyone wanted her to pick a side. And that's when the producers of Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, stepped in. They knew gold when they saw it. They arranged a sit-down scene between Erica, Ashley, and Zayn, fully aware it could explode on camera. The meeting was set at a trendy midtown restaurant with cameras hidden in plain sight. Zayn arrived first, stone-faced. Ashley followed, visibly nervous. Then came Erica, strutting in like she owned the place, wearing a red power suit and a smile, sharp enough to cut glass. She didn't sit right away. She stood, letting the tension simmer. "So," she began, "are we ready to act like grown folks and talk this out?" Zayn leaned back in his chair. "Talking isn't the problem. The problem is you thinking you get to make choices for Ashley." Erica's smile didn't falter. "And the problem is you thinking you're the only one who cares about her future." Ashley held up her hands. "I'm tired of being in the middle. This is my life, and I need to make my own decisions. If I want surgery, it'll be because I want it, not because either of you says so." The table went silent. Erica tapped her nails against her glass. "Fair enough," she said finally. "But remember, opportunities don't wait forever. Sometimes you have to be pushed." Zayn shook his head. "Or maybe you just need to stop pushing." When the scene wrapped, no resolution had been reached. If anything, the divide was deeper. Erica walked out first, pausing just long enough to throw over her shoulder, "Like I said, this isn't over." And she meant it. Because 2 days later, the teaser for the next episode dropped, and in it, Erica was seen meeting privately with a well-known ATL influencer, hinting at a new project that didn't include Ashley at all. The fallout from the Buckhead Clinic incident didn't fade, it spread like wildfire. Within days, every ATL blog, fan page, and shade account had their own inside source spilling alleged details. Some swore Erica had booked the surgery under a fake name to avoid leaks. Others claimed Ashley had secretly paid a deposit months ago but lost her nerve. And then there were the conspiracy theories that the whole thing was a publicity stunt, cooked up by producers to launch a new season with a bang. Ashley tried to keep a low profile, but it was impossible. Every time she opened her phone, her face pale and tense. Walking out of the clinic with Zayn stared back from 100 reposts. She stopped going out, canceling appearances, and avoiding calls, even from friends. The only person she still talked to regularly was Zayn, who made it his mission to shield her from the worst of the noise. But Erica thrived in it. The louder the conversation got, the more she fed it. She appeared on a popular ATL morning radio show, saying, "When you're a visionary, you get used to people not understanding your methods. I love Ashley, like a sister, but sometimes you have to make hard choices for the people you care about." The host raised an eyebrow. "Even if they don't agree." Erica smiled. "Especially then." The clip went viral, reigniting the debate. Behind the scenes, the producers were pushing for a dramatic reunion, a high-profile charity gala where the entire cast would be present. Cameras would be rolling, mics would be hot, and if the sparks flew, it could be the biggest ratings hit of the season. Ashley wasn't sure she wanted to go, but Zayn convinced her, "If you don't tell your side, she's gonna control the whole story." The night of the gala, the tension was electric. Ashley arrived in a simple but stunning black gown, Zayn at her side. Across the room, Erica made her entrance in gold sequins, the human embodiment of a headline. They spotted each other instantly, the crowd partying just enough for the cameras to catch every flicker of emotion. The confrontation was inevitable. Drinks were barely poured when Erica approached, her smile sugar-coated but her eyes sharp. "You look beautiful," she said, loud enough for everyone around to hear. "Guess you didn't need my help after all." Ashley held her gaze. "I never did." The surrounding cast members exchanged looks, the kind that said this was the moment they'd all been waiting for. Erica's smirk wavered for just a second, but she recovered. "Well," she said, clinking her glass, "here's to doing things your way. Let's hope it works out." She walked off before Ashley could respond, leaving a trail of speculation. In her wake, the cameras stayed locked on Ashley's face, catching the exact moment she realized the war wasn't over. It had just shifted to a new battlefield. By the end of the night, rumors were already swirling about Erica's new project and whether it was meant to replace Ashley entirely. The family was still divided, the fans were still fighting online, and one thing was clear. This storyline was far from wrapped. In Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta grudges don't fade, they evolve. And as the credits rolled on the mid-season finale, the producers left viewers with one tantalizing question: was Erica's so-called help ever about Ashley, or was it always about keeping herself on top, no matter who got cut in the process? So here we are, a family torn apart, friendships tested, and a fan base more divided than ever. Erica swears she acted out of love, claiming she just wanted to push Ashley toward her potential. Ashley insists she's reclaiming her own choices, vowing never to let anyone else dictate her life again. And Zayn. He's standing his ground, determined to protect Ashley from anyone, even Erica, if it means keeping her whole. But as the dust settles, there's still one burning question no one can answer. Was this really about Ashley's future, or Erica's power? And with whispers of her new project getting louder, are we about to see Ashley replaced entirely in Erica's inner circle? The stakes have never been higher, and every move from here on out could make or break their already fragile ties. The next season promises answers, but also, if we know Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, a whole new set of problems. Will Ashley and Zayn finally cut Erica off for good? Will Erica double down and find a new protege to mold? Or will there be a shocking reunion that turns the whole narrative upside down? One thing's for sure, this isn't the end. It's just the next chapter in an ATL saga that has fans glued to every post, every rumor, and every live stream. Now it's your turn. We need to hear from you. Do you think Erica was just looking out for Ashley, or did she cross a line that no one should ever cross? Should Zayn be applauded for stepping in, or was he blocking an opportunity? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're reading every single one. And if you're here for the mess, the shade, and the receipts, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more tea, and turn on notifications because the next twist is coming, and trust me, you won't want to miss it.